Adolfo, always very good to talk to you, to get your perspectives about the real estate world. And you have a big responsibility with you at CBRE. Can you tell us a little bit more about your new role?
Of course, good to be here, Gustavo. Thank you for being part of this great event. New responsibilities, definitely. I've been for a while in the CBRE, so I've been doing different roles. And most recently, I am the head of Spain and Portugal in Europe. I'm part of the executive committee for the European business, the continental European business. But most recently, since January, I am overviewing the Latin American region, which I am very excited, and that's why I'm here, getting to meet a lot of people and getting to learn a bit more about this fantastic market.
No, your track record in Spain, Portugal, it speaks by itself. And I think CBRE is probably seeing you as someone capable of connecting the capital from Europe to Latin America. Am I right to assume that?
Correct. I mean, apart from my geographical responsibilities, I've been running the capital markets division, which is about connecting people and connecting capital.
Mhm.
That's something very, very important for Latin America, because we are seeing, irrespective of all the volatility that we live, we are seeing that capital wants to get into new markets. And Latin America is blessed, with young population, access to raw materials, good talent. That's something that is quite unique for capital, that is, of course, adjusting returns and risk.
Mhm.
But, the world is becoming smaller. And if you want to have a diversified portfolio, basically you have to be in all major cities and all major regions. And Latin America qualified for that. And that's why CBRE has been present in the region for long. And that's why we are keeping investing. We are seeing big transformation like what is happening in nearshoring in Mexico that we discussed about. We are seeing, big opportunities in Brazil. I remain very, very positive about the growth that this region can offer.
Is there any specific country in Latin America that you hear more from the foreign investors that will be more inclined to deploy capital? Would that be Mexico, Brazil, or is there any Uruguay on the way? Is there anything different?
Look, there are different strategies, different kind of capital. Generally, I think a lot of people are in a sort of exploratory mode. They want to learn a bit more and to qualify when to enter and how deep to enter. Definitely, Mexico is probably something that is already either present or in the radar to be present, especially because the vicinity to the US, because of all the nearshoring activity and industrial activity. But we are having conversations on multifamily. That's an area. We are having conversations on data centers for sure. This is something structural that needs to be covered in the region as well. Um, it's about countries, but it's about cities as well. So big metropolitan areas are always preferred as a strategy. We were hearing that Brazil obviously, has had a lot of volatility on interest rates and inflation, but it's a big, big market and big scale. So some are there already, like Brookfield, like others, and some big players that we know well and that are very present in other markets we are talking right now how to enter. And sometimes, as it was discussed, sometimes a market that has more volatility, maybe some adjustment in prices, is the right moment to enter.
Mhm.
You don't want to enter when the market is at the top.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And would you be worried about the current situation in Europe and the US when it comes to commercial real estate? Are you optimistic? Do you think it's just a matter of adjusting the world post-COVID, or you think things can get very ugly?
Look, I think we live in a world that changed so fast, and a lot of things has happened apart from the pandemic, that sometimes it's a bit difficult to differentiate the structural trends from the more sort of short reactions to the environments. I think as a structural trend, the allocation to real assets is increasing and is going to keep increasing. As a part of the diversification on a portfolio, it is a good protection to inflation. It impacts on the economies, and economies need, real assets. The convergence between infrastructure and real estate is a reality as well. A lot of the clients that we are working with, like private equity, they are seeing a lot of synergies, between addressing, infrastructure needs and along those lines, developing real estate that benefit from this infrastructure. So I remain very positive in the long run about, more money allocated to real assets. It's not me thinking, it's the clients telling us as well. And I think we need to navigate through. There will be moments in rates will go up, maybe the economic climate will not be as dynamic, and we will see a bit of recession. That will not stop. That in 5-10 years, we will see more liquid markets, more global markets, and bigger volumes. That's the structural trend I'm saying. So in that sense, I'm optimistic. And on the other sense, I'm tactical as well. In some cases, you need to do a strategy that is more defensive, more offensive. You need to play on debt. You need to play on equity. So that makes it fun as well.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Adolfo.
Thank you.
Very
And congratulations for the event. Really great people, good energy. And it's a very, very efficient way to get to know the people that matter and to understand a bit better the markets. And being in New York is always a pleasure as well.